And that's why he is called Boss Jinbei. Well, it's not exactly that's the reason why, but I have to say, oh, you are so badass, Jinbei. If it weren't for one single question I still have about you, I gotta just say, there is nothing wrong with you. You are pure awesome. So please do not kill him off this week. Man, that was so satisfying in seeing this. Also, I'm a bit still mad at Oda for lying. He called last year's year of Sanji. Hell, that was the biggest lie I've ever heard. This was the year of Brook. I mean, that was the year of Brook, or maybe even Jinbei, because, well, they entered the stage and they have taken every single most important moments they have. And yes, I am talking about One Piece chapter 863. Couldn't review last week. First off, a color page about all the current Jumpstart mangas seen. Some of them I know of. Although that small girl with the silver hair and the cheerful face, I wonder what kind of manga that was. That looks interesting. The rest, well, it is what it is. I don't really know all of their names. Also, it seems that we are already gonna jump into the next popularity polls and all of these characters. Oh, well, I just know that Capone Beige is gonna take one of the spotlights because people love to vote for Despair guys. Wouldn't surprise me if Sanji drops in the ranking, although it's very likely he will also increase because after all, people only like Despair, and seeing that he has so much despair, I think they've gotten new respect for the guy. But very likely Big Mom will take one of the more tops about this. But hopefully Carrot and Pedro too. So now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the chapter itself. Last time, which I didn't review, is the fact that Luffy's came out of the wedding cake. When I read that chapter, I had a feeling that Big Mom would go on a hunger rampage, and she hasn't gone on a hunger rampage yet. But it was Luffy who came up with the plan of having a mirror stored in the cake using Brulee's ability, and then, well, you know, the rest is history. I gotta say, for Luffy, that was actually pretty smart. So yeah, they are entered all of this, and Big Mom gets mad, but she strangely doesn't enter a hunger rampage. I thought for sure she would enter her hunger rampage after seeing this, but then again. However, having said that, Big Mom definitely does not take this well. Oh yeah, and by the way, Sanji saves Pudding, which is pretty strange also. Last time it turns out that Pudding was a broken bird. Is this a path toward redemption, or is it just another attempt for Oda to try to make a villain sympathetic? Because he tried to make Don Flamingo sympathetic, but then he played it off saying that he's not meant to be the one. Either way, Luffy did the one thing that is satisfying. He literally flipped off Big Mom by eating off her cake. She starts to lose her mind, but she doesn't go on a rampage. But then her soul power is actually clarified, which, by the way, Morgans takes pictures of this, seeing that he likes scoops. Seems that I have misunderstood something. His presence in this wedding will be important because he will be the one to spread the news. Not of Big Mom's defeat, maybe, but all the news that will happen here. Maybe even Germa 66 becoming something out of the Straw Hats, or them taking over the Germa. Everything, he will report all this. So this is definitely news he shouldn't miss. But it turns we get some clarifications about Big Mom's power, which he somehow knows about. It's called Soul Pocus, I think, or Words of Soul. It seems though Big Mom can take lifespans of people, but, well, this is not exactly so only, but only if the people in her presence shows fear of her. And given to the fact that Big Mom is, well, a Jonko and a person that everybody do fear, it's very likely that they will fear. Pedro and Jinbei also enters out from the mirror, which Carrot, Chopper, and Namigi does too. However, they still hide deep within the cake. Oh yeah, and they insult Caesar by the way too, which is also pretty good. So finally, Big Mom decides to take matters into her own hands. She has spent this entire time taunting Luffy. She, it's for a moment it didn't look like she underestimated Luffy, but now it seems she definitely has. Oh yeah, and Luffy once again pulls an Luffy idiotic moment, which is so typical him. Big Mom cries out, "Where are you, Straw Hats?" And Bash thinks for a moment that this idiotic plans of Luffy is actually gonna be foolproof. But then, just suddenly, Luffy being Luffy, just immediately tells Big Mom, "I am over here." Of course, Jinbei, no, not Jinbei, Beige understandably freaks out about that, which is extremely comical. So yeah, but it's not Big Mom that hurts Luffy. It is actually, uh, it is actually Katakuri who shows himself to have a devil fruit after all. And I don't know if the reason for its black is because he's using Busuo Haki or if it's because it's an of his pants. But seeing that Luffy bled from that attack, I have a feeling he must have used Busuo. So this is one of the few times I've seen Logia power can actually be fused together with Haki. I mean, I know I saw Sabo doing that, but it's for me it seemed like when a Haki user spread his elements, like fires and stuff, he cannot code it in Haki. I mean, yeah, Katakuri is a Devil Fruit user, a Logia user. With a Devil Fruit, well, that is extremely comical. But then again, this is the Big Mom Pirates. They all have that one. If you ask me, this Devil Fruit sounds extremely similar to that non-canon Devil Fruit, the Ame Ame no Mi, that obnoxious, stupid marine Gaspardo that was one of the villains in one of those forgotten films. And the name of Katakuri's Devil Fruit is the Mochi Mochi no Mi. Allows him to become a Mochi man or whatever. Also, another thing that we should point out, once again, the Big Mom shows that she is now not a good parent. Does she thank Katakuri for interfering? No, she instead calls him a lowly child. Ah, Big Mom. I'm even wondering why you have children in the first place, but then again, we already know why. Still, it's clear she doesn't love a single child. It's hellish, really. But it also turns out that the Mother Caramel picture is much more important than we originally think. But because as soon as Katakuri tells Big Mom about that, because he saw into the future, Big Mom noticeably panics a bit, meaning that it really is more important. So who saves Luffy? Well, none other than Jinbei, who does a new attack combined with black tea, revealing that the Mochi Mochi fruit has a weakness towards water. And he takes the blame, saving Beish's shadow for now, and into the face of Big Mom says, "I'm gonna quit your crew." Big Mom and Morgan's write that down. Big Mom, of course, does not take that well, even though she says, "I don't care what you do from now on, you have to make a payment." So Jinbei accepts. With a smile on her face and a menacing look, she says, "Stay or life," and Jinbei says, "Life." However, Big Mom cannot take Jinbei's soul because Jinbei looks straight in the eye of a Jonko and does not feel fear. If that is not awesome, I don't know what is. I mean, it's clear Jinbei is an awesome guy. He is not supposed to feel fear, but he is also a cautious guy. He knows whose fight he shouldn't pick and whose fight he will pick, and he'll fight for his friends if he has to, but not unnecessary fights. And yet Big Mom, with her own threatening aura, because she is a very threatening person, looms over Jinbei and says those lines. And she cannot steal his lifespan. That is just so awesome! It reveals that the only way for neutralize Big Mom's soul-stealing power is to have no fear, but that's easier said than done. After all, Big Mom is a Yonko. But Luffy, yeah, I think he is definitely immune to that effect too. But what makes Jinbei's resignation only more awesome is the fact that he says there is no way that a man that intends to join the crew of the future Pirate King will cower at a mere Yonko. He literally flipped her off! And it's only even more badass when he calmly sits down. If you want a parting miniature, let's just have a drink. Oh, you are too cool, Yimbe! That is so cool! Even Chopper says that you are so cool. Of course, Big Mom is having none of that and prepares to attack him. However, the Straw Hats do get the final laugh as Brook, with a balloon-like mask similar to Luffy's, appears and smashes the caramel pitcher in pieces with a hammer. So yeah. I, it's pretty strange. It almost looks like this assassination plan will work out because two of the most important things are now destroyed: the wedding cake and the mother caramel pitcher. There is no way that Big Mom is gonna keep her sanity. Well, not that she had sanity to begin with in herself right now, but it's almost going too smoothly. Don't get me wrong, I want this to be smoothly, but I know that despair is going to happen. I just don't know what kind of. Either way, an awesome chapter. Not so much moving forward, but at least it made up with Jinbei literally flipping Big Mom off. That is so good. That was so satisfying to see that. There's also something else. Oh damn! I of course dropped it. It was something very. I felt there was something very important that needed to be said about this, but I don't. Ah, damn it! I can't remember what it was. Either way, we gotta reveal that Big Mom can only take the souls and lifespan of people that fear her. So the Straw Hat Luffy is at least immune to that. That is good. Oh yeah, I think I was gonna say something like it's pretty strange that none of the other Big Mom pirates have really attacked yet. The only one who took initiative was uh, was Katakuri. I mean, they are literally surrounded by enemies, and they didn't happen yet. But yeah, now I remember what I really was gonna say. I think there was another reason why Jinbei literally flipped off Big Mom right here. Because if you think about it, that was also a distraction. The Luffy's were the first distraction. I think Jinbei was the second. Because Jinbei got Big Mom's undying attention, and strangely enough, all the other Big Mom pirates too, because Big Mom couldn't take his lifespan. All of that was a distraction so that Brook could destroy the one. I think that was the true meaning of this plan. It was literally two decoys. If that's not awesome, I don't know what is. Now, however, will Big Mom finally lose her complete shit? Or does despair await us? I don't know. You give me your thoughts if you have any.